The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com. Go ahead, Sonny. Start it up. Roll it. Let's have some fun. Oh, Sonny. I guess we lost Sonny for a second. Anyway, let's go back to the opening then. News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand, on iTunes, and on YouTube, and of course on Gary's blog, www.garybaumgarten.com, where you are invited to comment whether you agree with me, because I'll be writing the blog today, not Gary, or not. And also a big thanks to our friends at the CRN Digital Network, where we are syndicated into more than 12 million homes across the U.S. And I'm your guest host today, Alan Jacey, filling in for Gary. And our topic today is the year in review. But first, roll it, Sonny.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
Thank you, Sonny. All right, and another one does bite the dust. That's it, 2008. This is it. Moments away to 2009 for some of you. Some of you, it's already 2009. Thanks for making us one of your first stops on the Paltalk dial. But right now, what I'd like to do is cover what I believe were the top 5 news stories that affected us all over the world today, this last year, excuse me. And I think there's, a lot of you may agree. Some of you may have, some other stories that you feel were more relevant to what I'm presenting to you today. But let me just lay it out for you, the top 5 stories that I believe really affected us all this year because of, it's just, we're a global community right now, and what happens in one country may happen in another country. So for me, the top 5 stories, I'm actually going to start, most people count down. I'm going to count up because I think really the most important story of the year was Barack Obama becoming or elected to become the 44th president of the United States. I think it represents a major shift for the United States, obviously being the first president. Obama will be the first president of African American origin, and I think it's a major shift change for the world, actually, because I think it presents the United States in a new light, and hopefully it'll be a good light for all of us because we certainly do need it. The second story, also which affects everybody on this planet, whatever continent you're on, is the financial market crash. That has impacted on everyone. A third major story that I'd like to talk about today would be the terror attacks in Mumbai. Again, terrorism has taken a toll on so many of us around this world, and for so many reasons that, well, are just baffling sometimes, that why, unfortunately, we cannot just get along. Fourth story I'd like to talk about would be the Russian-Georgian conflict. Why, even though there's so many other wars that happen, is because we, around the world and conflicts, because we've seen what we thought was the end of Soviet dominance in the 80s, and now we have a new regime in Russia that seems to want to revive some of the bully pulpit that they once held during the Soviet era. And the last major story I'd like to talk about would be what's happened with the oil situation in the world. It was up, it was down, it's up, it's down, and I think again it affected so many, and actually in a number of these stories they're all interrelated. So this is where I would like to start up with. Now I think we already have a caller, so we have UK from the UK. We have Tom in Cornwall. Oh, there's a nice little corner of the British Isle. Tom, welcome to News Talk Online at paltalk.com. Happy New Year. What do you got to say?
Well, thanks very much, Alan. Happy New Year.
Tom, you need to speak up a little. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Well, I hope you can hear me now. So, hopefully you can hear me all right. I want to wish you all a Happy New Year to you all, and hopefully all the best for the new year. So, enjoy. Yes, I am close to the mic, Sunny. Enjoy. I'm getting closer. I can't get any for it. I'll be following the mic.
Tom, we really can't hear you. I'm sorry. We're going to have to move on to another caller because we just can't hear you. I apologize. Let's go to Rachel in Louisiana. Rachel, out of the 5 stories that I presented, anything that you have to say, anything that you feel is most important, and then we can go into some discussion on it, because I'm going to, again, talk about these stories in a little bit more detail.
Okay, thank you, Alan, and hi and Happy New Year's to everybody. And
Happy New Year to you, Rachel.
Thank you. Each of the stories you mentioned were like really great importance, and I followed each of them carefully. And thanks to this show, I was able to be informed about things that I would not have otherwise known about. But to me, I think having the first